Hey you guys, I hope everyone's doing really well. It is Saturday, kind of gloomy out, but I don't mind it. I like this weather. Okay, so let's dive in. We are going to get on a little, can be an uncomfortable topic, but it occurs in our world all the time, and it is not a healthy thing to do, but yeah, we're going to dive into it and just talk more about like the spiritual end of it and how it really does affect all of us, you know, the people involved and, you know, the families around and just the world in general. It causes these things, these energetic actions we take, good, bad, in between, they cause ripple effects, okay? So let's begin. So I titled it, Cheating is Abuse, a sacred mirror on love, virtue, and truth. Everything we do in life echoes, causes that ripple effect, okay? So every choice, every action, every thought, it carries energy. It carries consequence. This is universal law, okay? It does not bend to convenience, desire, or fleeting passion, as much as we'd like to think. But what you put out into the world, whether light or dark, comes back to you. Okay, this is karmic return. And when we step away from integrity, when we betray someone else, we are not just breaking trust with them, we are breaking our own moral gravity. Okay, the soul descends, the conscious bends. What you put out into the world, whether light or dark, comes back to you. This is karmic return. Okay, and when we step away from integrity, when we betray someone else, we are not just breaking trust with them, we are breaking our own moral gravity. The soul descends, the conscious bends, and life conspires to show us what we refuse to see. So cheating is not a minor misstep. Cheating is abuse. It is a violation of the sacred contract we hold with spirit, with ourselves, and with the people whose hearts we touch. This is, you guys, this is even like the clause of like society, you know, marriage, it is sacred. And we have as a society do and look at that to be honored, right? And that's why when people cheat, yeah, it becomes like secret. This is something we can't even blame on, society, you know, like we're being rebellious, like against society's rules, laws to obey. Like society actually honors, right? We honor marriage. We do. It's a celebration and it is not questioned, you know, there's no question against like, are you going to be together forever? That's the given. And so that is something I would say, like, especially me, and I go against a lot of like, you know, societal norms and all that, but it's a full commitment. And I think everyone should and know when they step into that with someone, it needs to be honored all the way through. Obviously, when it comes to, we're not cheating. When I say that, I'm saying honored all the way through. Even when it comes to, if you guys are not happy, then you either work on that or yes, you have the right to get a divorce, and I honor that as well. But when it comes to being unhappy in a marriage and choosing for yourself that you're gonna just, you know, go around the corner, whatever, and have your way with however you want that to see fit by cheating, that's a no. That's a no-go, you know? Unless two people are having an open relationship, but you guys, do those ever really fully work out? That's a whole nother topic. But I mean, two people can commit to that, but I think a lot of emotions behind that are never honored to truly be as relaxed and cool as people think they can be with those situations. And that's a big area to like really truly be okay with it. And if you were that so okay and that cool with each other, pretty sure you guys would just separate and move on, don't you think? I think that just creates a little bit more chaos. And awkward feelings along with romantic entanglements. So, which I'm about to say right now. So every romantic entanglement, every friendship, right? Every covenant you have in life carries an expectation to honor the truth, to protect love, and to uphold virtue. And that's very true. That needs to follow through, I think, with all of our relationships. Work environments, families, lovers, friendships, all the above, right? That's what we all wish to hold. But they can get tough, and that's okay. So seeing the truth of cheating. Cheating is not love. Cheating is not romance. Cheating is not playful. Okay? Cheating is abuse. Some of you may have justified your actions in the past. Maybe you told yourself it was passion, or that your heart deserved more. Okay? Or that you were simply following love. But love does not seek to hurt. Love does not seek to control. Love does not hide in shadows and whisper lies to your conscience while feeding your ego. So to cheat is to abandon your moral compass. It is weakness masquerading as strength. It is selfishness disguised as desire. And the moment you look at it honestly, without excuses, without rationalization, you feel the weight of it. You do. You feel the shame, the disruption, the fracture in your soul. We do. You guys we have soul fragments. Like our soul can be fragmented around. That's why even every day, you call your soul fragments back and you ask God to cleanse, clear, and purify them and make them whole again, to bring back in for yourself. Just like in your dream states, you guys should be calling back your power and your soul fragments from every people, place, things. I know this is a side note, but I'm just saying, from all dream states, you call all of that back. Any contracts that you may be signed or did not sign, have them cleansed, cleared, and purified by God. You will feel within your soul it being fractured, broken, almost broken apart, separated, right? And not in good ways. So that becomes the spiritual mirror of it. And tell them what we did and give our apologies and all the above and explain as to why, right? Yeah, and that would feel like a big ask from someone that's been dipping around the corner to do what they want when they want to, right? Because that could lead to divorce, breakups, all the things, crumbling of the family. But if you are so bold to do these things and step out on your person, your family, for your own selfish needs, disguise it however you want, tell yourself justify it however you want. Remember, justification is the root of all evil. I'm just saying you should be bold enough to then step back in that home and say, I'm not happy, or I want to fix this, or I want the divorce, right? And if you do not, God will make that way and either even put you in a situation for that exposure to be shown. He will not allow any of us, you guys, if we are in these relationships, this is like friendships, all the above, but especially if you are married or even boyfriend, girlfriend, and someone is cheating, oh, God will show that other one that is not doing that. Absolutely. Because we'll show them. That's when the text messages or trust, or even implant in them to be, what's going on here? To ask the questions, to be curious, to investigate, whatever needs to be done, because your quote unquote partner is being selfish. God will not let any person sit in that. He's not going to. He's just not. And say that person does leave you because they find out, whatever, and you, as the cheater, continue to never, admit your wrongs, or try and fix that part of you and see, or question why, and then say maybe even jump in with someone else, and you're kind of still playing that part, or you're tapping into someone else's relationship and being the third party. You will get tore up by God. I am not kidding. Like, because then even, I'm saying, if you don't choose to heal that part of you and understand why, and also not choose to just be a single person out in this world, the next relationship you get into that you are so happy and in love, boom, you'll be cheated on. And that is how tough God will be on us to learn our lessons. I'm just saying, this is part of universal law. It's the cause and effect of our actions. And when it does come down to karma, God will hit you with the same karma, with the karma, because that's putting out karma. That's negative karma, harming others for no reason. Boom, that shit is getting shipped right back to you. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not the next day, but it will. And those kind of situations, like especially God, unions and marriage got very sacred to God. And so you will be shown what you put out in that marriage where you were supposed to be responsible, loving, communicative. You know what I mean? So, and you chose not to be transparent. You chose not to say why you were unhappy, why you felt the need that you needed to do that. So it all circles back, you guys. Good or bad, what we do will full circle back. So like it says, universal law, every action returns. You know, good or bad. And that's why when you call judgment on someone, you know, you don't take action into your own hands for, like, say, revenge. You give that up to God, because God is the only one, all-knowing, that sees everything that everyone does and knows exactly where their karma needs to be given back to them. In the right time, right manner, all the above. Like I said, this is why it's very important to respect not only yourself, but obviously then you can respect others, right? So you don't get yourselves in these situations, because the karma will come back hitting hard. Harder than you would ever think, right? So, anyways, yes, this is a touchy subject. And I think it's a touchy subject for a lot of people that have been in these situations. And I'm talking even being cheated on in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, not marriage, but you're committing. And even, I would say, in even these, what we call the situationships or friends with benefits, you guys, it's sticky. Because let's be very real. No one wants to be on the shit end of it, right? And I'm telling you right now, there are people in this world, and I am one of them. I do not feel any need to ever cheat. I just couldn't. I could not cheat on my person. I'm definitely getting out of that situation before, if I even feel like that, needing to have that. That shit should weigh on you. That guilt. And God will make sure that weighs on you, that guilt. Because you guys, all these things are from wounds, are from insecurities, are feeling that, are feeding that ego, And I do understand if you're single and yes, you're single, you get to go out and do what you want. But it also comes with being very, very honest with where you stand in that, and not lying to the female or the male, saying pretty much showing, acting like you'd want to be with them and all, just to what? Get in their pants or something? I mean, we are grown ass adults. Please. It's just screaming insecurity. It's just screaming I don't know who the fuck I am, but I want this right now, and I'm selfish. I don't even know how to say the word selfish, but I'm getting what I want. We're just, you guys, this is why it's from wounds. These are from wounds. They are from insecurities. It's from an overextended ego. It's very deserving. It's entitlement. And then we justify, or we lie, or we have secrets. And this is what we are trying to break down and heal ourselves, so we don't do these things and we don't harm others in the fucking process. Okay? So, let's move on. Understanding the illusions, okay? Many of us are seduced by illusion. This is a whole other one. Neptune calls to us like a siren, okay? Singing sweet songs of romance and fantasy. That fantasy thing, you guys, we have to be careful. That fantasy world that we can live in, right? In our mindsets and our desires, which our desires are important, but we have to be careful of the fantasy world, right? You can get lost in it, confused, and it's just not being reality, you know? So we don't want to build upon that too far. So like that fantasy and the illusions, it lures, it blinds, and it twists. And shit, it can totally bind you. The energy may feel intoxicating, right? But it is not love. This is a test, a trap, a reflection of what you need to see about yourself, right? We may mistake lust for love as well. That's a big one. So we may mistake lust for love, which it does happen a lot. It's not bad, but we just have to be cautious of it, right? So Mars for Venus, desire for virtue. We may believe that being wanted or desired validates us, okay? But this is not love. This is ego, lust, and delusion. Okay. Even the people who refuse to cross that line with us, who did not cheat, who did not betray, they may have loved us, but they acted from integrity, from higher virtue, from alignment with spirit. That no is not a rejection. It is evidence of character, of strength, of karmic wisdom. I keep having to move because my lighting is so bad in this house. Okay, so let's look at it clearly. You could have pursued a friendship, a partnership, a relationship that elevated your life, your career, your soul, and yet the ego whispered, you deserve more. You can take what you want. That is a trap, okay? That is the test, right? So holding virtue as the anchor, this is where we need to anchor in and hold our virtues, values, and morals strongly, right? And keep them consistent, right? They should be ingrained. The truth is this, holding your values and your integrity, your virtue, that is what protects you, right? It does. It keeps that boundary. It keeps that moral line. And when you have such a strong, moral, your morals, your virtues, all of those are really strong. And yes, they can change over time and elevate or become stronger with, learning people over time and all, and, where you need to situate yourself with stronger boundaries or whatnot, right? They essentially, you will feel intuitively, not only intuitively, but it's like that gut feeling of knowing. It's like, you don't even have to express it. You would know, you would feel it. You would feel almost a guilt, like a loss of something. And that is like your soul fragmenting almost, if you are to jump into something, wrong, that goes against that moral line of yours. So it's just to be, that is how people can be. You have to be really strong with what that you never want done to you, essentially. So holding your virtues as your anchor, that is what ties you to the mast while the sirens scream all around you, right? So that is what lets you navigate the swamp of shame and illusion without losing yourself entirely. So virtue is not an option, okay? It's not optional. Compassion without principle becomes weakness. Love without integrity becomes chaos. Desire without boundaries becomes abuse, okay? And it is here in these choices that we see our growth, our potential, and our need for spiritual alignment, you guys. Self-discipline, empathy, honor, and clarity are your compass. Venus guides your virtues. Jupiter guides your righteous expansion. Mars and the moon, they are not evil, but they are tricky. Passion and emotion are malefics if left unchecked, okay? The feeling of love is not all there is to love. You must act from principle or the heart becomes a playground for destruction. And it does, you guys. And it gets away from us quite quickly, right? Because we always think we're, they should have got it. It's like that assumption land that we live in, right? Because we're not checking ourselves, and we're really far out from like being honest with ourselves when it comes to like these situationships or like these hookups that we do with friends. And that's confusing. No offense, but if you are really truly friends with like male and female, you need to stay just friends. Like I do. And I have good guy friends that never slept with. I just feel like it keeps you out of trouble, especially for the men, you guys, and to the women that are not being honest with how much their feelings can fall into these things. You say like, okay, we can be friends with benefits, but that's actually very hard. That's very hard to do. You guys, emotions run deep in all of us, and trick yourself out of that or not, but just don't do it to yourself. And your friends, just stay friends. Can you do that? Can you do that without having sex? That's a good freaking testament to yourself. And we're only getting older. Have respect for yourself and others, because it gets too sticky. Emotions will always run wild. You're having intercourse. It's intimate. It's a chemical connection, so hard to label it friends. It's just food for thought. Okay. So accountability, universal law, sternness. You are not happy where you were in the past. You were lost justifying choices that harm. And make no mistake, justification is, like I said, the root of all evil. Okay. You must ask yourself, what is wrong within me that allowed this? And when do we really ask that? After the fact that people are hurt and scarred, trauma, building adult trauma. We need to be more mature with these situations. We just have to step in. When is the day that we all are going to be more honest, more mature, and have more self-respect so we can be honest and have it for others? It is simply that, you guys. Level up. So yes, you will end up asking yourself, why did I believe I could act without consequence? Why did I betray someone who trusted me, who loved me, who deserved my honor? Yes, every action has consequences, right? Every breach of integrity will return. That is universal law. There is no escaping it. Okay, God sees all. He measures the heart, the intention, and the reality of what you did in the shadows. And if you refuse to learn, if you refuse to step back into alignment on your own, the universe will ensure you face the lesson anyway, like I said before. Your ego may think it's empowered in the moment, but it is not. You were the weakest one in the room, unfortunately, even if you were secretly proud. That weakness will meet its mirror, okay? Sooner or later, if you do not correct your course, get back into alignment and clean up your messes that you make. We have to clean up our messes that we make. God, and some are bigger than others, guys, and God ain't letting you just shoo by. You have to understand what you did, and a lot of times you have to speak up and out to the people that you harmed. I mean, even with what is it, the 12 steps, they have to, if you're an alcoholic or you're recovering, you have to go back and you have to apologize. It's a part of the 12-step program. And it's good because it's taking accountability. And that's hard to do, I'm sure. I mean, I've never done that program, but I'm saying it's been done, and I've had friends that have done it, but they even said, they were like, that's what really cleared and well, first off, by God, that clears even your karmas from doing that, because you're taking accountability. You are honoring what needs to be done. You're showing that you made your mistakes, and you're saying you're sorry without expecting someone to, take you back, or like, or even respond. I mean, like, I know friends, they sent letters or emails, when they had to do that. But remember, it's also like for you. You are clearing that karma. You are clearing those feelings of guilt and all of that. We have to release that. It's like refining your soul. You're clearing out all the gook, And people appreciate that. They do. They appreciate that others that maybe have made mistakes, big ones or little ones, can take accountability. It just shows so much, right? It does. It truly does. And I'm telling you, the person on the other end that like got hurt or whatever from these things, these acts, they're not the ones that are going to like shame you, for the most part. I would hope not, So, and you do it for you. You do it for you. Okay. That's how we clear it. We clear that karma out. Okay. Then we're back in alignment. So, and it feels good. It does. Okay. So compassion and redemption. Okay. Because you are a child of God, you are never abandoned. The stern truth is not the end. It is the beginning. God calls you back. He calls you to see, to align, to honor the love that's real, to protect the hearts around you, and to repair the covenant you broke within yourself, you guys. You may feel shame, you may feel loss, and you may feel anger at yourself. And that's the process, right? You go through even the grief. We have to go through those processes. The anger, the hate at self, then grieving it all, right? To even come back to have the courage to stand up and, say your sorries, or just to even forgive yourself. We are not perfect, and no one is asking to be, okay? And we are perfect all in God's eyes, all of us. And the saddest part is, like, side note, you guys, is when we do, like, we mess up, it's really, we break our own hearts. We do. We break our own hearts. It doesn't even have to be like within just relationships, like messing up there, but within family, friendships, like you will feel the hurt, and it's, you think you're running from it, or you justify it, but it'll hit you. And then you're at a loss. You feel lost, and you just broke your own heart, right? So if we can do less of that and not make the mistakes and think before we act, right? And see that there is a cause and effect, because there's always another way out. There's always, and yes, it can be the harder way, but we got to do it. We got to do it sometimes. Get out before you really, dive deep into some shit that you only have you to blame at the end of the day, and then you're hurt. You're hurt, and then you got to like pick yourself back up and have to deal with the mess that was made. We cannot run from these things forever. We can't. It'll bite us some way, somehow. Okay? That's the karma. All right. So you may feel shame. You may feel loss. You may feel anger at yourself. And that is all natural. That is natural. Let those emotions flow, right? But this is not condemnation. This is correction. It's correction. This is mercy through truth, you guys. It is mercy through truth. Okay, walk forward now with clarity. Let the Ace of Swords, the sharp, uncompromising truth, guide your decisions. I love that. The Ace of Swords is actually my favorite card in the deck. It's the truth card. It's like, that's the truth. I love it. It keeps it 100. It's like hard-hitting truth. So let integrity, love, compassion, and accountability shape your path. Let the karmic cycles teach, and let your heart be realigned with spirit. Okay, guys? Because God forgives. He does. He will forgive you. He will all the time. Every morning is a new day to be a new person, to do the right thing, stand up for yourself, make your amends, repent your sins, all the above. Okay, and move forward. Move forward. It's okay. We're here to learn. Okay, but He also corrects, and he always calls you back to the higher version of yourself. The one who honors love, virtues, values, and truth. Okay, that is your way out, your way up, and your way forward. So God is truth. Cheating is abuse. Integrity is strength. Karma is inevitable, you guys. When we can latch to that, we probably won't be making so many mistakes out here, you know, without being like, wait, I need to think about it, you know? Okay, so God sees all. God calls you back to your higher self, and God is the truth, okay? God loves us all of us, and he always wants us back in alignment with our truest form of self. But what comes with truth is learning the lessons behind your actions. That is the only way back to alignment, to being honest with yourself, to being stern with your own choices, and to seeing the ripple effects that your actions create, you guys, okay? So even if you think your deeds are hidden, everything comes to light. It does, all in due time. Everything returns. God sees, God knows, and God will bring you back in the way he sees fit, okay? And that's for all of us. So I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Get our little lessons in here. Just reminders. It's freaking reminders. Like, no one wants to be cheated on. No one wants to be lied to. No one wants to be underhanded, like bullshitted. No one wants that. So why do some of us think that we have the power to take that into our hands and dismiss others and disrespect others? It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. You must put yourself in other people's shoes before you do something kind of dumb, okay? I love you guys. You guys are great. I love you. Offerings at the end. Okay. Have a great Saturday.